Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Sagittarius is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And if there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. All right. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Sagittarius, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And a Four of Pentacles, completion. We're getting things done, right? I feel like there's an artistic kind of creation here. There's this Venus in Aries energy with the Four of Wands. So we're creating something. We're putting paint on canvas here. Let's find out what's going on. Let's put this into some context. Some Chariot energy. Interesting. We got the Three of Cups, Four of Cups, Eight of Pentacles. Oh, and the Knight of Pentacles. Very nice gathering of energy that we have here. Like Ace of Cups, Three of Wands, a Five of Swords, but it's in the position of what we're trying to avoid, right? So I think we're already aware that that is a possibility. And the Nine of Pentacles. Oof. This is good. This is really good. You've got a lot of really amazing cards here. This is, wow. Yeah, this is really nice. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is one random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. Mr. Tao, the Yin Yang Duck, can go right on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation that we need. Okay? If at any point during the reading, Sagittarius, you feel like you know what that card is, please put your prediction down in the comments below. Let's do it together. Let's make it a collective exercise in intuition. All right? Let's take a look around the room because I'm only seeing this one major arcana card. I'm only seeing that one. So that means that it is significant. That means that you have your Holy Grail. You have this, almost like this, this secret plan, right? Or this very precious cargo that you're carrying forward into life. And it's almost, you're not letting anything get in the way of that. So I feel like you have a very clear idea of maybe not the exact details of this, but of its significance. Of its significance, okay? We got a little bit of fire. We've got some nice water energy looked at. 1, 3, and 4, right? We've got a little bit of air, not much air at all. In fact, we have the perfect amount of air. This is a Five of Swords. It's in the position of what we're already aware of to avoid. It's the obstacle. And this is just trying to keep our thoughts positive, trying to think positively, right? Trying not to let any doubt creep in. Don't let anything kind of to seep in to get you to start questioning yourself or doubting yourself, right? Don't let any kind of, don't let the situation grind you down, right? So with this card, really the way to combat it is to just flip it upside down. Putting spirit back on top. When all these elements, when the other 4 swords down here start to get overwhelming, things get stressful, just let spirit take the wheel. You know, just stick with the positive thinking, trust in the plan, trust in the process, and you'll continue to see that progress with that Nine of Pentacles. Okay. So that's the air energy. Then we've got our earth energy too, which is really nice. But let's start with the beginning. Let's start with that Four of Wands and that Chariot. The Four of Wands says that you are making progress, that you have these kind of milestones set up. that you're driving right along, and these might be some rest stops. These might be where you're just stopping to kind of set up camp for a while. It's like all of these smaller accomplishments in this bigger picture. You have this huge road trip that you're on, kind of a cosmic road trip, right? An interstellar road trip. And this Four of Wands is all of the places that you'll stop for the night, all the sights you want to see along the way, all the little accomplishments that are not the big, grand scheme accomplishment, but they're steps along the way. It's a Four of Wands, and it's some kind of artistic thing. Now, maybe you don't look at it as being artistic, but I think there's a lot of finesse here. I think there's a lot of creativity. There's a lot of passion being put into this. The Four of Wands is what I really love to see in tarot, and it is fire and earth together, right? Fire and earth together. It is an instant act of creation. It's having the impulse, and it comes out in behavior. It's having the will and the action. It's having the drive, right? The inspiration and the manifestation, the idea and the implementation. Instantaneous, fire to earth, direct connection. What usually interferes with that process is our human mind, thinking, feeling. Cups and swords, right? Well, we've got the swords figured out, but the cups, I think, we have really, really good cups. We don't see any water energy that is out of sorts, that is kind of out of harmony here. And I think that's very important to you, because the Cancer energy, the Chariot energy, is very, very sensitive to water. If you don't feel something, you have a hard time doing it. The mental stuff, you can sort that out. We already see that you're capable of that. But the emotional stuff, I think, is very, it has a heavier weight for you. Okay? So if you don't feel the love, if you don't feel the vibe in anything, with people, with activities, with decisions that you're going to make, if you don't like the way that road looks, you're not going to take it. If you have a bad feeling about that exit or whatever, you're going to take the next one, right? You trust your heart. Yeah. So I think this water energy is very much showing that your heart is really in this, that you're feeling it every step of the way, right? So, like I said, what interferes with the instant kind of act of creation is our heart and mind, our thinking and our feeling. If our thinking and our feeling are in harmony, then they offer no resistance, and it's perfect instant manifestation, right? It's usually that we have some trouble with our heart. I don't know how I feel about this. Sometimes it feels good. Other times I don't like it. That's an issue. That impedes the manifestation, right? And sometimes that's good, because we need to sometimes check our behavior, right? Or there's the mind that says, well, I just can't see the logic in this. I think there's a better way. Or there's a mixture of thinking and feeling. Be like, I really don't feel like I know how to do this, right? I don't think I like this, right? We're mixing the planes a little bit, but it's a heart-mind, right? And in the Eastern philosophy, it's one function. We separate it out into two. But whatever, they're, East and West. I don't think you have that problem. I think you have an abundance of this water energy that really makes it feel like this is good, this is right, this is what you want, this is what you desire, and nothing is going to throw you off of that feeling. There's nothing that can disturb you emotionally right now, And this all is kind of coming off of this Four of Cups. This is a real stability in yourself, and it's some Cancer energy here too. I think you're in a position in your life, this could be a work thing. It could be It could be a religious thing, spiritual thing, could be a family thing, could be a romantic thing. It could be a creative thing. It could be just your life path generally, okay? What I do here are life readings. It's not a romance reading. It's not a career reading. It's a little bit of everything, just like life. But the Four of Cups is telling me that wherever you are now, you're in a very safe and stable place. You feel comfortable pursuing these goals, expressing yourself, going on this road trip. This is saying that you like the people you're with. You like the road that you're on, you know. You feel safe in the car. This is kind of saying that you've got a pretty sound automobile. Yeah. And this is a good place to start from, right? This is feeling comfortable, feeling safe doing this work, whatever it might be. We also have an 8 of Pentacles. It's up here at the top. This is your carefulness. Okay? This is you trying not to overwater it. You really, really want to. Right? The 3 of Cups underneath it. It's directly opposed to that 8 of Pentacles. This is you with the watering can in your hand every 5 minutes. You're thinking, can I put a little more water on it? Can I possibly be any more enthusiastic with this thing? Right? It's kind of threatening to smother the fire a little bit. So in some ways, we need to keep ourselves contained because it feels really good. We want to keep doing it. We want to do it more, right? If a little bit is good, then a lot must be better. But the 8 of Pentacles is reminding us that even the greatest, most fruitful plants could be hurt by too much water or too much sunlight or not enough, right? Not enough water, not enough sunlight, not the right kind of soil, not the right kind of attention. So this is us using our wisdom. These 2 cards together say that you're trying to be smart about how much. And you've got this impulse. You want to spend every second of every day with this thing. It could be a person, could be a job, could be an art thing. Whatever you're doing, whatever your work is right now. Maybe you're retired. Maybe this is something school related. I don't know. This is life. You know, life is complicated. Life sometimes doesn't make sense. You know, logically, 5 of Swords, Lee, if a little is good, a lot is better. But you have this wisdom. You've got this intuitive wisdom, especially with this, because this is some Mercury in Cancer energy. And that's telling me that there's a lot of Cancer energy in your life. A lot of Cancer energy here. Cancer with the moon in Cancer here. Mercury in Cancer. Cancer right here. So there might be a Cancer person. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say maybe there's a Cancer person in your life, or this has something to do with that Cancer style energy. Maybe you're creating a home. Maybe this is something for you and your family. There is a sense of family here. And there is a sense with this 3 of Wands that you're doing something that makes you feel good about what you're doing. You know, that you feel like you're doing the right thing in the environment, in your relationships. And I'm jumping around a little bit, but the 3, this is our feeling of almost being proud of ourselves, you know, because we're doing good for our people. Right? You're maybe doing this for a family. Maybe it's a business. You know, and like any business, there's more than one person involved, right? So I think this is your pride, that you're doing something good for people. You know, in some way, maybe a very direct way, maybe not so direct, right? It doesn't matter. But what I was saying here with the Mercury, this is kind of the wisdom and the understanding about how to really nurture this, what we're calling the Cancer energy here. You know intuitively kind of the right measure for this. Not too much, not too little. We want this thing to grow. We want this wonderful tree to bear fruit. Right? We want it to bear fruit. So you're giving it enough sunlight, enough moonlight. You're giving it enough water. giving it enough attention, and we're trimming it as we go, right? We're completing the little tasks. We're pruning it as we need to. Don't forget about that 4 of wands here. Now, like any kind of fire energy, we don't want to let that go too extreme either. You ever seen one of those plants that have been pruned a little bit too much, and they're just like whittled down to the stem and the nub? We don't want to do that. You have to know the right way to approach this life, this project, this relationship, so that it can grow. It can become what it's meant to be. We're not really manipulating nature. We're not changing nature. We're assisting nature to do what it does. We're just there to kind of maybe help it go a little faster, make sure it has everything it needs, protect it from, basically it's our job. It's just to kind of keep all the bad stuff away from this so that it can grow on its own, whatever it may be. Now you've got this Knight of Pentacles in the future position. This is you, I think, always being at the prow of the ship, looking ahead. You have the vision. Or maybe you're up in the crow's nest or something. You're the one that can see into the future. You know what this is going to look like. 5 days, 5 years, 50 years, 500 years down the line. Right? They say when you're driving in traffic that you shouldn't just look at the car in front of you. You should be scanning the road a mile down, right? See what's coming up ahead. Then you can make some adjustments now. Oh, I see some stuff going on a couple miles down the freeway. I'm going to go ahead and get over here now and start to slow down, or take a different exit. You can make some moves now because you know what's coming a mile or 2 down the road, or a year or 2 down the road. So you have that kind of spiritual vision, that kind of insight. You know what's happening down there. You can make some moves now. Okay. And that's going to bring us over to the path of the serpent. And as I move over here, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do, right? It's totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. And leave some comments for me. I really do enjoy reading everybody's comments. I've been lately enjoying hearing where everybody's watching from, because this community spans the entire globe. And to me, that's just so wonderful. I love that, and I appreciate all of you. So let's go here. Ace of Cups. This is general energy. This is feeling, I think, like an infinite love. Like you're this fountain of wonderful love right now. Right? And I think that this is another card that's talking about kind of you providing for other people. It seems like you are the nourishing well for others. Okay? And this could be like literally that you're like bringing home the bacon, right? Or the fakin for our vegan friends. This is you with the source that everybody can draw upon, but not in a way that depletes you. It's very Taoist, right? The more you use it, the more it is full. It's never exhausted, And so I think that this is really talking about your kind of connection to others and wanting to be a source of love or inspiration or of comfort or of security or whatever. Source of nourishment for other souls. Okay? So this is, I think, in some ways, this is you feeling a lot of joy and a lot of happiness by being able to provide that for other people as well. Maybe you're alone. Maybe there's nobody else in your life, right? This feeling can still be very true, because even in a very kind of subtle or spiritual way, any time that you find this kind of source of love and happiness within you, anytime any one of us wakes up a little bit to this, we all wake up a little bit to this. So you may feel like you don't have anyone in your life, friends, family, nope, just you. That's okay. We're all connected. We're all connected beneath the surface. My wife, we were on a trip driving the other day, and she put on an audiobook about fungi and how and I didn't realize how like interconnect or how ubiquitous fungi was. It's literally everywhere. It's what keeps the soil together, you know. It literally, it's in everything, it's on everything, it's everywhere. And it was fascinating to hear this. And I kind of think, yeah, that's like, we're all connected underneath the surface. You know, the mushroom is just what we see that kind of bursts forth from the soil, you know, for whatever reason. So it kind of is like our individuality. But underneath the soil, underneath the surface, we all are connected. And everything, the entire cosmos is in a symbiotic relationship with itself, you know. We're all one, and we all rely on these different functions, like we're all cells in one body. Yeah. It's fascinating. And I feel like this is kind of the connection that you're experiencing. Maybe it's not something consciously, but I think you're filled with that love. You are a source of happiness, whether you know it or not. And the Three of Wands, we talked about the Three of Wands, and this is kind of this is the pride that you feel doing the work that you're doing. And again, I started with a reading with this Chariot energy, and I said, maybe it's kind of a secret, right? Maybe you're keeping this really close to the chest, and you're not really, you don't want to let outsiders in to interfere or to jeopardize this, right? And I don't know that that is necessarily true. It might be for some of you that it's kind of, it's something very private. But I think with the Five of Swords here in this position, this is saying that you don't want any kind of negativity in, whether it's from other people, whether it's from yourself, right? Whether it's from some kind of unseen force. You're really being very protective of what you're doing, right? In a very kind of energetic way. And that might translate literally to, you know, kind of keeping it secret and keeping your plans under wraps for now. But whatever you're doing is working, because the final card is that Nine of Pentacles. Now, we're going from an 8 to a 9, right? So things are growing. We're seeing the visible signs of progress. This is the tree that we're trying to be very careful and nourish. And now it's starting to drop its fruit. Now it's starting to pay back, right? It's starting to provide for you and nourish you. So this could be really like putting in a lot of effort to grow a business, or to build a relationship, or to build a family, or to build a home. Eventually, you're going to be in that home, getting warm by the fire, enjoying the fruits of your labor. Yeah, enjoying the fruits of your labor. And this is the visible sign of that progress. We may think, well, progress is slow. You know, I want to overwater it because then it'll grow faster, right? We have to be careful not to do that. Eventually, you're going to see it's going to start snowballing, right? It's going to start picking up, growing faster and faster and faster and faster until you have so many of these darn tomatoes that you don't know what to do with them all. Or apples or strawberries or cucumbers or whatever. But, you know, the patience is paying off. You're being rewarded for your efforts here. Big time, right? Big time. Let's look at the mystery card now. I'm really curious about this one now, because the way I look at it, you've got all the best cards. You have so many amazing cards. That this has to be another amazing card. And I don't have much of a prediction on this one. Maybe the Empress? Yeah, I think that's my prediction. It's just Empress. That's the only thing that I'm really feeling that here with all this water and all this good earth energy. I'm really feeling like just things are flourishing, things are thriving, things are abundant. Yeah. If you have a prediction, put your answer down in the comments. Okay. Oh no, it's the Fool. It's the Fool. Well, you know, the Fool still has this idea of abundance and flourishing and thriving too. I mean, just look at the way the Fool is dressed with that kind of abundant empress-like colors, you know. This to me is someone who is like freely moving about the world, always being nurtured and supported by that kind of empress energy, by the universe, by the abundance, right? Someone that anywhere they go, they're clothed in love and abundance, right? I think this is good. I think that this is, again, one of these cards that say you're going to enjoy the fruits of your labor. And maybe this is a situation, maybe it is literally like a road trip kind of thing, or a move, or a big kind of life decision, or a life change, maybe starting something new, starting over somewhere. But I feel like a lot of freedom here. I feel like there's not a lot of stress. Again, we only have that 5 of Swords, and we talked about that. Everything else feels very carefree. But I think this Fool's got a secret. I think that Chariot card, you're keeping something close to the chest, but you've got this kind of blissed out look on your face, doing what you do. And I think people are getting curious. I think sometimes you can't help but smiling, or you look like you have a secret. People want to know. They want to help. They want to be involved. They want to share in something. Whenever somebody seems like they got something good going on, everybody kind of wants to know. We all want to share in that Ace of Cups. I want to feel that way too. So eventually, maybe you'll have to share what you're doing, and I think it is something that's meant to benefit others. I don't think it's just for you. Maybe for now it has to be kind of kept under wraps, but eventually I think it's going to, some of these fruits are going to be, distributed, offered to others. Very interesting energy. Now we're going to do an extended reading, Sagittarius. If you want to stick around, click on the link up in the corner. That'll give you access to all of the extended readings, okay? So you can cross-watch. Definitely watch the Cancer reading. I would, anyway. I'm here every day from 6 to 8 a.m. Chicago time. Come back and see me again tomorrow. All right? I'm here every day. And definitely subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Again, totally free. Doesn't cost you anything. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.